Hello, what is going on, guys? Welcome to a video that has been long overdue. And yes, I'm talking about RailRoads Online. We just had a new rail link update pop into the game. Yes, guys, I have been keeping track of the game. I have not lost hope of it for its improvements. So we're in the game today, guys. We are gonna play around on the new map that's been going around that I actually enjoyed. Um, but for days at the beginning of RailRoads Online, I have been saying and asking for the one thing that we all needed for laying down proper tracks in front of our lovely buildings. And today, well, actually, the last update, not this update, but the last update, we received that lovely link that allows us to hook up one end of the pier to the other end of the pier. Yes, guys, we can now make proper track links. And that that is a big game changer. As you can see, I chose a track that's not worthy of it, but still, to be able to do that is wonderful. Now, to begin our journey yet again of laying tracks to our lovely point of sales and begin hopefully making a proper track, because I really can't lay down tracks for the life of me, and I hope it works. But also, guys, on the mini map, um, you should be able to now hit your switches. If I was told properly. Um, also notice one thing. I need to change out my time frame. Alright, we don't want that link, we want this link. Boom. Done. Now, if we go here, we can now toggle our switches with on the map. So that kind of helps out with a lot of people in a way, because most of my friends hated using a three-way switch because they got used to the one-way switch when it would just automatically switch for you for the direction you were coming in. Yes, that's great and all, but you still need to control the switches some way. So that way you can control your path before it happens. Sorry for the bump. Alright. Now this is gonna be the fun part, because I have no idea on how I want this to function. I really don't. Whoa. Did that just click to the wrong? It did. Kind of wish they would connect to a um. Let's get behind that. There we go. And I wish there was a way to disconnect without any problems, because that's the one thing I'm running into right here, is you're hooking up to this link other than the link of the track. So it would be nice to have a D-link button, so that way you could just detach it instead of having to get out of the G menu and all that jazz. Now, the one thing that I've run into with this is this. You are staring at the ground, and the coal hopper is still in the ground. And I have yet to find a proper way to get this. Cause see, now it won't come upwards. I've tried putting stuff on the ground. I've tried everything. It's kind of a pain in my backside because I really would like to run coal coal powered trains and have this in my yard. But there again, I can't seem to gain the ability to bring it up. Turn off my numpad. So, yeah. And of course, there's I was told to look upwards and it would go up. It does not go up. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's something that the devs are gonna have to work on. Cause to tell you the truth, I can actually still wander myself over here, have this type of track, and I can still link up. Of course, now the track's going in the opposite direction, and that's where a lot of people were having a bunch of issues. But as you can see, the track is now in the ground, like physically in the ground. So they gotta they gotta do something with this. They gotta raise it up. They gotta do something. Um, unless somebody's been able to manage to get this to come up, that's would be great to figure out. Cause I've tried a lot. I haven't tried this that yet though. See, it just puts it in the ground, which is which is a big bummer for me because I really I don't understand why. Whoops. Uh, just want this because if I can get this like so, um, whoops. No, that's not what I want. I want it to do all. Delete that. Because this used to be the trick of ground. But now that doesn't work. So, yeah, no idea. It's kind of a bummer in a way because then it's like, well, how am I supposed to get coal in my vehicles now? Because this is supposed to be coal hopper. It's not auto refilling like the water towers. It doesn't fill over time. So technically, now if we want to run coal cars, um, the only way you're going to be able to run a coal car is to set a coal mine all over your tracks. So it's pretty much going to be like a coal facility. So it's like, what's the point of going to the original map's coal mine when you have to place down a coal mine track or a coal mine somewhere on your track to fill up your train after so many miles? So yeah, we're kind of at that little point of this needs to be fixed for coal cars or coal trains to work properly because it worked great and I don't doubt that it will still work, but the track's in the ground, so we can't fill this. And I mean, if somebody lays a track across the top of it while it's still on the ground and it still fills up, perfect, great. The hitbox is high enough so it'll still function. But do we know that just yet? I mean, I haven't watched any videos of anybody doing such a thing or not. Um, but I would love to have my rail yard out there, out in that section like I normally do. I might move it in this video because I mean, there's your limited space here. There might be a small little rail yard here for storage. Um, but as far as we know, we got our seeds, our wheat seeds are here, and they need to go to the farm over there. So no, we need to go from here to here, the wheat farm, and then from the wheat farm, which takes water, we need to. Okay, how do you remove that? Which we need to go all the way over here to the water well. And then which will also hit the sawmill, which also needs the logging camp. Um, the fun issue I've had is trying to get up to the logging camp because there's no proper way to get up there from down here. Um, that logging camp's like in a rough zone. Heck, this whole map is a challenge, which is probably the reason why I enjoy playing it. I'm not kidding. Like I actually enjoy playing this map because it's a challenge. Um, so with that said, we are going to grab a track. We move 10 times faster with a track because we can fly. We're gonna plop ourselves over here to the farm. I always use tier 3 tracks. Don't ask me why, I just do. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down tracks at every spot. Um, I do know last time I did this, I had a roundabout area right here so you could go in practically every direction. And yes, guys, it's that easy now. It is 100% that easy to build these switches now. Which I find fantastic. And if you're wondering, no, I have no idea why I'm doing this. I really don't. I guess I'm testing the waters. Oh. Okay. Now, here is another thing that is on my mind of how, because laying out tracks, that's been my problem this whole entire time. I don't really know what I want, and when I know what I want to do for tracks, it's trying to properly put them down and figure out how to match the landscape. Why? Why do I keep doing that? I keep pinning something. Um, we already know we want to get down here from here, and my problem is I gotta remember that you need like a 1% grade for everything to properly um, be able to pull a decent amount of track up a hill. Um, does it work like that in real life? No. You get grades that are probably 3%. Um, Anything higher than that, um, you're gonna need like a cog railway, like what we got here. Cause yeah, guys, we have a cog railway that goes right up a mountain. All right, so that that logging camp, or the lumber mill, that I want to do something with that and that pond. What what it's gonna be, I have no idea. I kind of wish they would put that on the ground and not have it in the up in the air there. I mean, you're placing down a track that has no dirt underneath it, no rail bed, so that should just be right on the ground. But I can understand it because we have rail beds that we place down. Which, speaking of which, I actually want to try this method. We're gonna grab a rail bed. Um, See, as you can see, that's a 5% right there. So in order to get over this little hump here that they have this at, you need a 5% incline. And even that's not going to make it. That's like, so 6.5. Yeah, so if you go here, that's 5. Link it up again. And now we should be at nothing but 0% the whole entire way. Or are we? Can this thing turn? Alright, so hmm. Yeah, this is. Well, I guess we'll see what we can do with I like how that just goes zero, brings everything to 0. So it has its own grade system. Wow. Okay, they've made... That's a lot of changes in order to make that work. Hmm. Alright, well, you know, good question here. Um, what would happen to the track? Actually, no, don't do the track. Do the, stay with the spline here. And if we just, what would it do if we just flew our sorry butt all the way up here?
Bad dragon.
Oh, it's a husky.
Yeah, it is. I know you're streaming.
I know.
So I didn't do something. That's why I didn't do something stupid in your chat yet. I'm on to your chat in a minute, couple minutes. Doing a couple things in 5M.
Ho ho. So there's so it's too far above ground.
Hmm.
Which would be right here. So yeah, trying to figure out it's either if it's 11% grade or if it's a 0.9% grade. I want to say that's a point. It's a 0.9. If that's the case, that's insane.
Hmm. Oh, dude, I can't answer that for you, man.
Or you think a 0.9 would be this? That's a 0.9. Really? You had to get the dogs barking?
Who?
Which clan? What does it look like a family? So this survival game I'm playing right now, John, gives me Conan vibes. Yeah.
I hear trucks.
Yep. You heard the trucks.
He's mentioned the party.
Right? All right. What am I gonna do? Okay. You know what? We're gonna go this way. Man, that's the only problem. I like how I can't. I'm like trying to bend it in that direction, you know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't want to bend. And there we go. You practically gotta try and force it to bend in the direction you want.
You're bad at it.
Seriously?
What?
I don't even know what percentage this is gonna be, but
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
and if you're wondering, no, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing.
Well, Dragon, I thought to come in, see what you're up to. You have fun, man.
I'm gonna try and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you around, man.
Better ask. Alright, now. Let's grab this. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that track. And we will place in that one. Oh, darn it. We placed it on the... Not the one I wanted. Okay. We want this one. Alright, and yes, you guys, most of this track is just going to be temporary. Trees, trees, more trees. I don't expect the train to ever make it up this at all. Because, I mean, look at this. Some of it goes under the ground. The rail's still above the ground, but I feel like this is just going to be a big mess. And why are you going that way? Oh, that's because it probably linked to the wrong... There we go. Alright, where's the link? Oh, right there. Why does it do that? Is it because of the rocks? Betcha it's because of the rocks. Again, what? Really? I mean, now the dirt works higher than the other one, so yeah, really. I was trying to avoid having it going down. Because, as you can see, some spline update. What if we go from this angle? Fine. See, can't even hook it from this angle. Oh my god. Alright, well, Well, I guess this isn't gonna bloom and work now, is it? See, that's the bloom. It's the only thing that I do not like. Why? I mean, what is causing it not to do what I want? I mean, what ails this thing? No, it's not the direction I want you in. No! See, you go that way. Starting to get frustrated. Okay. Makes no sense to me right now. Of course, how many of us actually use just the rack bed, the rail bed, and then put rail on top of it? Not many of us do that. Excuse me. Okay, that's another thing I need to take care of. So, I am getting tired of that. But of course, then there's this. That seems to be like a very tight turn. I don't know. Fall to my death here. Like that's even possible. Gonna have to end my video just so I can go take care of that, cause I'm getting tired of my phone blowing up just because of a leaf activating my game camera. I mean, look at this. There's two marks right here. Looks like a blooming pathway in the ground. But yet you keep going, you can see it. It's the grid. Look at that. That went right in the ground. Yeah, loads of fun. And now, I've deleted all that. There's all our track. Looks like utter chaos. Going in every weavy direction. Not once did I see those waterways. They're underground. Non-existent. Or they're not waterways, they're actual, like, hill, mountain. Yeah, those are probably level your mountain ranges and stuff. Never mind. Pay no attention to me. It's been a while. Want to get rid of that. crikeys. Wow, I don't see that anywhere on the map. Whatever that is. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, odd. Finding new features that I don't even know about. Um, I'm gonna have to come back to this. I have, I think I've taken and tried to take a bite bigger than I can bite. Hmm. Hmm. Darn it. Oh god. Okay. Hmm. Alright, guys. Well, I'll come back to this on the next episode. Probably with something. I think I need a better plan of what I'm going to do first. Cause why am I pressing that button? Why? Cause we already know we need to hook these two parts up here. Cause we need to get seed. But we also need to get the water hooked up to there so that way we can get things growing. Then the sawmill needs to also hook up to the line, which we also need the logging camp to run these two. But we also need to get from here to the cattle farm, and then from the cattle farm down to the meat packaging plant. So those are our first 5 locations that need to be hooked up. The freight depot will take whatever you bring it. Doesn't matter. That thing will take anything that you take and bring it. I feel like the freight depot is where you bring the um yeah, it's just where you bring everything where your gold bars come to the Railway Express Agency, which in our last episode back before we disappeared from playing or streaming Railroads Online, there was no function for this. It didn't tell you what came here or nothing. Yes, there was a safe outside, so you the only thing that came to mind was gold, pretty much. Which gold, it's all in the snow region. I never could get any tracks out in the snow area. To run these tracks, it was a domain for the biggest train in the game. But guys, on the next episode, we're gonna hopefully have something um planned and tracks laid down. I am definitely going to make sure things are working perfectly fine on this because I want to try and set the tracks set up for the biggest train in the game to run the tracks. And knowing that train and the turn radius that it's going to need, it's going to be a challenge for me. But we will see you guys on the next episode. I got to go see what's going on with things. And we'll come back to this. Next episode might happen today, it might happen tomorrow. Depends how quick I get things done. I'll be right back. Or, jeez. We will catch you on the